Um, hey, what's up, you guys? So, I actually I wanna start this video off with some breathing exercises, so that maybe you can feel what it is that I felt earlier. So, we're gonna breathe in and then out. Deep breath in and then out. If you need to, focus on the flame to let it center you, let it cleanse your energy, your awareness. Let this flame remove and purify any negative energies, any stagnant energies, any illness that would harm us. Last breath. Now breathe out and hold it. Okay, let's begin. So I wanted to start this off with saying that death death is an illusion. Death does not exist, just as illness does not exist. The more that I've understood on my journey is that these things are just programmings. We're programmed to believe that we're poor. We're programmed to believe that we're nothing. We're programmed to believe that we're gonna get sick every flu season so that we get sick. So that we get sick every flu season. fear is programming. In a sense, all fears emanate and stem from the fear of death. We fear getting sick because we fear dying. We fear getting hit by a car because we fear dying. We fear pain because we fear dying. This vessel fears to be hurt. But it's as we unprogram, I have notes as well, as we unprogram ourselves from this matrix and these trains of thought that we're programmed to believe, this is how we free ourselves from the matrix. It's by unprogramming ourselves through will, through intention, such as the intention to open your third eye, such as the intention to see with clarity. The more that we intend to see with clarity, the more clear we become in everything that we do. Thoughts, intentions, awareness. We see through the illusion of death. By focusing on death, we don't die. By focusing on death, we better understand life. Let me say that again, guys. By focusing on death, we do not die. By focusing on death, we better our life. So doing death meditations, breathing. I just did Shiva Rasa's I believe it's Return to Sound, guided breathwork journey meditation. And as I was doing that, at the end, there's a part of the meditation where you can just sit for 15 minutes. And as I was just sitting, I was thinking, I was pondering of death and what it feels like to die, and what is death, and why do we fear it so much. And as I was thinking these things, I started to feel all of this static being removed, like by the fact that I was just questioning that, do I even have to die? It's almost like we accept death. We accept that it's okay to die, so that we die way before our time, not realizing that if we didn't accept it, instead if we fought, and not fought death, but instead we fought to live, and we strove to become our greatest version. This is how we promote life. This is how we see through the illusion of death. Because the more of ourselves that we see, the more of ourselves that we take on, the more of ourselves we become. Death is not real, because death is not truth. Being born isn't truth. None of this is truth, because at the end of the day, all we are is recalling ourselves and who we truly are. So I'm playing this binaural in the background, if you guys haven't heard it. But the reason I'm playing this is because this womp 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 womp, that noise, it's that noise that helps you to remember who you are. It's that noise that is waking you back up from this simulation, from this dream and this Maya. Because as we are put into this simulation, as we are put into this Maya, this illusion, this game. What we are is our true self. What we are is a higher emanation. It's just a crystal. What we are is a higher emanation, or what we are is an emanation of our source. And when I was doing these breathing exercises, and this breath meditation, uh, I was given clarity in a theory and a phenomena that I've been thinking about and pondering for a while, about reincarnation and the soul simulation. So that's as well what I'll title the video. Because as we choose to reincarnate, we are actually signing licenses. We're signing agreements to come back into this life to experience life and what it's like to live. But as well, just like at a theme park, you pay money for the rides, for the experiences. We as a soul, or as a spirit, are paying a price by being here, which is limitations, which is siphoning of our energy. And then as well, having to abide by a certain narrative or a certain script, aka karma. Because our karma is just the energetic coding that we've all been downloaded with, or we've all been given as a narrative that we have to follow. But the moments that we realize that karma, we don't have to pay that anymore. These contracts that we signed as we chose to incarnate, we don't have to fulfill them anymore. The moment that you become conscious, that you become aware of who you are, of your freedom and your sovereignty as a being here, that you are God, that you are the universe and you are source creator. The moment that you realize these things, I can tell you these things, but it's the moment that you have these epiphanies into who you're meant to become. It's the moment that you have these epiphanies that you're rising into your greatest version. I can only tell you these things, but you must experience them in your life. How have you experienced them? So, binaural, the womp 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 noise, I've realized is when we choose to place ourselves in this game and in this simulation, the binaural, or we're under a trance. Our higher self is under a trance, that what it does is it separates us through alchemy, because it's an alchemical trance that we're all placed into and that we're all under when we choose to incarnate. This is why it takes so much effort and so much time for us, or not even time, but trials. Takes trials over time for us to understand who we are. And when we face these trials, when we go within and we understand to the point that we finally know, that is when our higher self is unlocked. Just like in a video game, you're not your greatest version, but as you grind through the levels, you eventually evolve, and you awaken and you become that greatest version. So maybe right now you're level 1, you're level 5, you're level 25. But then at some point you'll become level 50. And I'm not even saying age, but at some point you'll become level 50. And it's from what you gain during these levels It's what you're uncovering. All these things are your true self. Life is an emanation of who you are, because you are a divine source creator being that chose to place yourself here and incarnate. And as you incarnated, you had to sign these agreements that limited you, that limited your thought process. So we live in a world or in a simulation that we only believe we can use 10% of our brain, right? Scientists believe that. That's a part of the matrix. That's a part of the simulation. It's designed to keep you away from yourself. That's what all of these matrices are, whether it be um, racism or limitation of consciousness, or a war on consciousness, you could say, because that's all a part of the game, is to keep you away from yourself, is to keep you distracted and not going within. So the more that you consume this external reality, you are consuming chaos. You're consuming, in a sense, nothing, unless you know yourself. Because when you know yourself, this is when your phone, or the phone, is not a hindrance, is not a crutch, it's not a tool to destroy you, but instead it's a tool to help you to grow and become your greatest version. But unless you know who you are and what you're going to do with it, such as right now, I'm saying this video, or I'm speaking on this video so that I can get a message out. And then as my candle dies. But let's just keep it like that, guys. Actually, let's feel the energy, and let's just go with that. But as the more that we go within, we start to regain ourselves over the journey. We start to see, sorry for that noise, guys, it's my dog. We start to see truly who we are and who we're becoming. So it's, in life, we're kept in a trance from the moment that we incarnate. And it's up to us to do the work to uplift ourselves out of the trance. And this trance is what the whole spiritual awakening process is. We are cultivated since the time of kids to think a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain way. But then we start to go through a spiritual awakening that enlightens us of a greater reality, that enlightens us of who we're meant to be, and who we're meant to become. And there's so much, we can't see our greatest version, we can't see our higher self always, because we have that separation, because of the duality of this life. But as we remove that separation, or the illusion of separation, then we're stepping into our higher self. And the moment that we actualize and know that we are already our higher self and greatest version, this is when we destroyed all of that illusion. This is what the spiritual awakening process is for. It's not to break you, it's to make you. We go through the dark night of the soul because we're being liberated from what we thought we were. And we hold on to it so much egoically that, I gotta take my dog on a walk, sorry. We hold on to it so much egoically that we believe that it's us, and we believe that we're this persona, to the point we believe that we are our ego. But we're not our ego. We're separate from our ego. We are the observer that lies behind our ego. So by doing this work, we are liberating ourselves from what we thought we were. And that's why it's so hard and so painful, because we're having a mask ripped away from us. And as it's ripped away, as we dissolute our ego, we're seeing the true aspect of who we are. We're seeing the true aspects of our soul. And these true aspects are so different than what we know and what we've been cultivated and brought up to see, that sometimes they can shatter us, because we want to hold on so much to these illusions that make us, not realizing that the moment life tries to show us that they're illusions, they break us, because we thought they were truth. We thought they were our truths. So as you do this work, this breath work, this meditation, you're liberating yourself. You're liberating yourself from this game and through everything that you've been through. Okay, so I'm just reading my notes. So the higher aspects of us, we are the avatar of our higher self, and it's as our higher self has made this agreement many times to enter into this game, we forgot that we're playing just that, a game. So we're reincarnating over and over again to actualize and remember ourselves, as we do these other things like have kids and go to college and work ourselves to death endlessly every day. It's the whole point of our life is to wake up. It is to remember who we are and why we came here, why we are becoming, why we chose to become our greatest version. And these synchronicities, these epiphanies, these awakenings are all our past lives, are all our true self, and our knowing, showing us who we are and who we're meant to become. And as we accept these things, this is how we liberate our avatar from the game. This is how we liberate ourselves. And so it's by doing all these things that we're raising our vibration, and all raising your vibration is stepping back into your higher self so that you have full control over your reality again. And this first takes place by having control over your mind. By having control, having control over your mind, you have control over your life, and as you have control over your life, control over your reality. So by changing your thoughts, you change your mind, you change your life. And this is what it is to free yourself from the matrix. And with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you guys for listening. I hope this, or I know this helped in a lot of ways. So again, I thank you guys for listening. We're all fam, helping each other rise. Have an amazing day, fam. Love you guys. Peace. I'm out.